Hey everyone, welcome back to the Reclaimed Ranch. My name is Tara, and for today's video, I have a few thrift flip holiday projects. And so this first one is a brass ring that I found at the Goodwill bins, and the minute I saw it, I knew I could make an ornament. And I got this cute little white bird at the Goodwill for 99 cents, and I put it on there and I was like, yep, this is going to be perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart, I got these all from Hobby Lobby last year after Christmas was over. Got a great, I think it was like 75% off. And so I'm just going to add some greenery to the base around where the bird's going to be sitting, as well as some really deep dark red berries. And I'm going to place the bird on there. And I'm going to add a little bit of black velvet ribbon to the top, and I've got myself a gorgeous hanging ornament for winter. And it's not just Christmas, it can last all winter long, which I absolutely love. All right, so the second project is I had a bunch of some tinsel trees from the Dollar Tree I bought a couple years ago, like 30 of them. And every year I've been kind of doing some yarn trees. And so I found this yarn at the Goodwill and I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. It's white with a little bit of tan, and I made some Christmas tree ornaments with this in an earlier video, so you can watch that as well. But it's so soft and fluffy, and I think it just makes a beautiful winter tree. And then for the top, instead of putting a star, I ended up putting a pine cone because I'm trying to keep it like a winter themed feel. And so I put a pine cone on there, and I wrapped actually quite a bit of yarn around it to make it nice and bulky. And then I ended up putting some fairy lights in it, and it just is so pretty when it's all lit up. I just love how it turned out. So when I started this, I started at the top, and then just this kind of base is plastic, but it has like little tabs that stick out that grabs the yarn really well. So for the first layer, I do end up using my hot glue gun at the top where I start, and then a few times going down, and then at the very base, I go all the way around with the hot glue just to make sure it's secure. And then for the next couple, I just basically twist it up and down, just putting a couple little dabs here and there to hold it in place. for the third project, I believe it's a 5 by 7 canvas. And I have, you see off to the right there, there's an owl transfer, and it's from the Owls by Redesign with Prima, which is on my website. And I thought this owl was just really, really pretty and just spoke winter to me. So I'm just going to make my own little tree here, just kind of dabbing back and forth. I am by no means Bob Ross, but hey, we're just going to make it look like a tree, and I just need that as a background. So the first one was Manor Green, and now I'm going to go in with Fusion's Carriage House just to kind of give another layer of dimension. And then I'm going to add some snow to it. And then once the snow is completely dry, we will then place our owl onto the canvas. And I did take the Victorian lace, and you can't see it, but up in the white area, there was some areas of green flecks, so I had to cover that up as well. So in all actuality, the entire canvas is painted, but it's Fusion, so it has its own sealers. But I did have to seal it due to the transfer. So here I'm just adding some blobs of snow. And, you know, you just keep going until you like it. Until it fits and suits your needs. So, and I think I'm just using like a rounded brush that's maybe a 1/2 inch. And here's my owl, and I want him just to kind of be sitting on this branch from a different tree in front of that one. So I'm going to take my little stick, and we're going to rub on this. And these transfers rub on really well on canvas. It doesn't take hardly any time at all to get this guy on there. And of course the branch is just kind of hanging out in the middle of nowhere, so I have to then go ahead and paint the rest of the branch going to the left there. And I just used Woodwick, and I believe I used white with the Woodwick just to make it a lighter tan. And then I brought in some, you can't hardly see it, but right by his toes there's a little bit of orange or a rusty color. So I grabbed my Summer Crush from DIY Paint, and that was like the perfect match. So I ended up putting just a little bit of the orange in there to make it kind of all be cohesive and the same. And now it looks like that branch is kind of meant to be there. And then I thought about putting something up in the upper right hand corner, but I'm just like, this year I'm just going more simple. I don't know why. But I think it's just best to kind of, you know, simplify things, look at it for its own elegance, and then move on. So when this all dries, I do go in and grab DIY's Big Top, because Big Top has kind of a satin sheen to it. I didn't want a completely matte, flat look. I did want just a little bit of a sheen. So I completely covered it with one coat of Big Top and let that dry. And while that was drying, I actually constructed a frame for it out of some old wood. And I thought I did awesome until I was like 1/8 of an inch too short for the canvas to fit in there. So you'll see how I troubleshooted that at the very end. Okay, so here is where I'm putting the frame together, and it looks like it's going to fit great until I constructed it somehow to be a little bit smaller. So what I have to do is I have to just deconstruct the canvas off of its own frame, and then I will staple that onto the back of the frame I made and put a piece of cardboard over the top and call it good. And it still worked out totally fine. So there's always a fix for something. Okay, so the fourth and final project, I wanted to make a winter birdhouse. And so I'm going to go in with Fusion's Bellwood for the main body, and I'm going to just give it one coat, and it pretty much completely covered it as far as what I needed. So after that dries, then the roof has those ripples in it already. It kind of already looks like little logs in place. So I'm going to be taking Fusion's oakum and just giving it one coat of the oakum, and that's going to give me a nice dark brown tone. And I'm also going to be putting in some fake snow. So I use my joint compound to place the snow on the roof and on around the base of the birdhouse, and I'm going to let it dry for a little bit. Then I will take my Fusion's Victorian lace and paint it white, bright white, and then add some of the just the clear glitter to it that I've been using all year for my snow. And it gives that just a little oomph and really nice glisten, as if the sun is out bright on a morning, and is hitting the snow just right to make it sparkle. And then I do put a small little wreath around the hole. I just took one of my Christmas picks and cut a little piece off, bent it around in a circle, and then hot glued that on. There's so many things you can do with these little birdhouses. Another one I saw on Pinterest was the body of the birdhouse. They decoupaged some old music sheets to it and painted the roof black, and then put like an old black knob for where the bird sits, and had some snow on it, and it just looked gorgeous. And other ones had really cool bases that they attached the birdhouse to. This year I'm having mine sit in a ring of just some snowy leaves and stuff, a candle ring, and I think it looks gorgeous the way it is. So you'll have to let me know what you guys think, and what would you do with a birdhouse? Would you have it for in-home decor, or would you use it actually outside? I'm kind of curious to know, because you can also drill a hole and make this hang outside. So let me know in the comments below, and I'm also curious to know what is your favorite for this video. So comment below on that as well, and I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We went to my sister-in-law's house and had an awesome meal and a great time. We played charades afterwards, so that's always a hoot with the whole family. Embarrassing ourselves in front of all the kids, you know, they love that. So I hope you guys were able to spend some time with your loved ones, and now we're continuing on the holiday cheer with Christmas coming up, and the kids are going to be out of school, so I hope you all have some fun things planned, and I would love to hear about them. So here on this project, I used joint compound for the snow. However, there's many other things that you can use. You can use, the Dollar Tree has some little spackling that works really well for this. And also you can use, like, they have paint thickeners. So like salt wash or even baking soda. You can add paint, the white paint, to those and make a really thick consistency to where it would act as snow as well. A little more inexpensive that route, but it works just the same. So I thought I'd throw some ideas out there for you guys. in case you didn't have a big old jug of joint compound hanging out. I got mine at Home Depot, and it's pretty inexpensive. Um, so, yeah, it's great for crafting as well as the home DIY projects. So this is just that white glitter. I've used it all crafting season long so far, and I just love it. It doesn't have any color to it. It's just a white clear glitter, but it gives just that really cool sparkle. So here is my first little birdie on the ring, and I think he turned out super cute. Quick and easy project, but it really does have a high-end look to him, and I think it's really cool. So let me know again what your favorite is. And here's the tree. This is where I didn't have the fairy lights on it, but in one of the pictures I put them on and lit it up for you guys to show you exactly what it looks like. But this is like a kind of like a wool texture. It's such a, here it is, such a cool yarn. I just love it. And then the owl, of course. So yeah, I'm excited to hear what you guys like about this video. And for Friday's video, we are going to be collaborating with Sonnet's Garden Blooms, and we're all making a snowman video, so that'll be a fun one as well to watch. So stay tuned until then, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you back here on Friday. Bye.
Headlights on the highway. If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you.